So the question is, what does 300 pieces of Ralph Lauren look like? Well, here's some more cool stuff. Do have a pretty exciting milestone that I want to share. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Really do appreciate you being here. If you are new here, hey, how you doing? My name's Chris and I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. Now, what that looks like is going to be a lot different to someone else. Like, I'm building a business that suits my lifestyle. So it's going to be a lot different of how you might think it should be or how you probably would do it yourself. And that's okay. Now, the thing here is the intention of these videos is, one, it's to document it for myself, to see that growth, to see that journey. And I've been documenting this for the last 4 years, and we have seen some crazy growth, some crazy changes, and I never expected to be exactly where I am right now. At the same time, I'm also documenting this hoping that it's going to encourage you, inspire you, and motivate you to go chase those dreams, those goals, and build the business that you want, or to pursue the ambition that you want or have. And this is my way of helping you maybe do that. But again, it's going to be a lot different to maybe how you would do it. But I am just going to say, I started from zero, and if I can start from zero and achieve this, you can as well. So this week has just been incredible. It's been a really great personal growth kind of week, a week where I've just had some great realizations. We've hit some personal milestones. We've also had some amazing opportunities. We opened up a huge international order. We also worked through some new opportunities that have popped up, and we have a consignment pickup. So there's lots of things happening, and we actually finished the week on a high as I'm ready to hire again. So there's lots in this episode. Get cozy. There is some timestamps down below if you want to jump around to a certain thing. Also, if you have any questions along the way, please ask. More than happy to come back to them or try and put them into a video. And at the end of this video, if you do stick around, I've got a little bit of a segment where I talk about some of the lessons learned and a reflect of how I've progressed through the week. But also I share my financials of the week progress, but also how we're tracking for the month so far for October 2024. So plenty in this one. Get cozy. Let's get into it. Folks, here we go. It's another week. We're doing it all again. It's week number 2 for October, and we're in full force of Q4. I did speak about this last week a little bit, and we've had a pretty good start so far for October and Q4, which I'm not complaining about. And the other thing is there's lots happening. There's always lots happening, always plenty of new opportunities, new challenges, new problems to solve for, good and bad. And Monday today, just dropped Carla off at the train station. It's not even 7 a.m. yet, actually. Grabbed a cheeky little coffee, and you and me, what we're doing today, we're actually going to be, getting into the thick of it. So, have a washing drop-off or pickup coming in at around 9:30. Prior to that, I'm going to get in. I'm going to do 1 hour of photos, see if we can get 25 done. Just to get the, boosting that amount that I can do. My photographer being today, they will do probably, between usually 70 to 90. And that's a win-win. For me, otherwise, I've got 30 orders I need to pick, pack, and post. I've actually got a new little tool. It's not even a little tool. It's a new bag holder that's going to enable me to be able to chuck things in there a lot easier for postage. I'll show you that a little later. And the rest of the day, I really need to start to get through this consignment stuff that that I've been doing for this storage guy. Hopefully I can get through that today. I will need to finish my listings off at the shop. I've already done 15 this morning, and I'll finish the remainder, 25 there sometime today. So lots happening, never a dull day. But there is a question. There is a question that I want to ask you. And it's a question that I ask myself all the time for a whole bunch of different things. It's actually a question we used to ask when I was in consulting. And that is, what is the one thing that is keeping you up at night? And, you can put that in the context of business. You can put that in the context of life. But I guarantee you, whatever that one thing is, or if it's two things, they might pop up into your mind. You know what I'm talking about. That's keeping you up at night. They're the problems you got to solve for first. They're the things that you need to be dealing with, and they're the things you got to be tackling. And the one thing that is on my mind at the moment is getting through all that consignment stuff, and I got to just get it done. Just got to get it done. So do that today, and then we'll see where else the day leads to. Let's do it, team. Let's do it. And just like that, we were here. So this is the thing I want to show you. We got this, this is custom built. Basically just so I can, when I mean, it is a bit higher than I originally intended, but you can't really get much lower. Once I finish all the packages, I can just chuck them straight into there. It's just going to make things a little bit easier in the long run, so I'm happy with that. Also got a few little goodies in here. Shout out to my boy Ken. He's hooked me up with a few little things to hopefully get that station over there set up a little bit better. First order of business before I get into some photos is I'm just going to put the washing here. I do have another box of stuff to sort. I'm going to quickly get this on here, and then just so I can not have to be worrying about in case the washing later comes early or something. So I'll get that happening, and then we're going to get into some photos. Alright, that's all good. I've been chasing a couple of swallows out of the building. Last thing I want them doing is pooing all over my stuff. Alright, I'm going to get into some photos. I'll be focusing on some denim shorts, and it's 7:23 now, so we're just a little bit ahead of schedule, and do a good hour of that, maybe a little bit more, and then get into the next thing. Got about 30 orders going out. I'll give you an update on that once I'm good to go. Let's go cracking. Alright team, just finished 21 actually in the hour, and I was hoping to get them all done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, there's still a good 10 left. I'm not going to get done because I need to put this phone on charge because it just drains so bad. Probably going to have to get a new one soon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go sort that other clothing and see if there's anything that I can chuck in the wash before we go. But I'll put this on charge, upload the photos. For those that have been playing along at home for a while, you know about my backage situation. I actually just did all this bunch of photos with my shoes off, and that helped. Progress. Anyway, just sharing for those that have the knowledge of what I've been talking about. All right, let's get cracking. All right, so not heaps in here. There was The Sims 2. There was a couple of shirts. There is some Nike stuff in here, such as a Nike tennis skirt kind of thing, but nothing real crazy. There is a couple of pair of shoes, some gels from Asics. There is some Air Jordans, not Air Jordans. Oh no, they are Jordans. They're just not, just some basketball shoes. Nothing crazy, and some links. So I'm going to go through these, do quality check. There's probably only really about maybe 5, 6 items that I'll keep. I'll show you that in a minute. But that was it, so quick and easy. Alright, there wasn't much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 items. Better than nothing. Ended up being around $2 a piece, so I'll take that. I'm going to chuck them into the wash, and that's done. Alright folks, got this new screen all set up so I don't have to worry about moving it all the time, adjustments. I've actually just been going through and getting out a list of items, 24 items for one of my regular customers is coming down to have a look at these. So I've just been pulling out the SKUs. They're not coming till later in the week, but just getting ahead on that one. Now I'm going to finish my listings. Oh. We had the fire alarm test before. Now I'm going to finish my listings and then get to doing some sorting, actually some pick, packing and posting. So let's do listings. Okay, it's time to do postage. I've already picked everything out. We're on 72,813. We've got 33 to go out. The weekend ended up doing $1,739. Not too bad. We have a lot of jeans going out, which makes sense because we listed jeans all last week. A lot of Levi's, True Religion. Got a lot of Ralph Lauren going out too, which is great. A couple of multiple quantity orders. Few mix and match items in here. Nice little NFL jersey going out too. That was for $80. PlayStation 2, Lord of the Rings. Some hats as well. Look, I might show you a few other things, but I might just get all this done. Yeah, so pretty happy with this. Pretty good weekend. Not too bad at all. We had a few sales come through this morning as well. So yeah, alright, I'm gonna get packing. Here's a fun pair of jeans. These ones have gone from $95.20. They were from the 1980s, actually. The first 80s pair I've ever sold. Pretty happy with that. Alright team, postage is all done. And now I can just do the labels and chug it straight into there. So it's going to make my life a lot more easier. And postage is done. I think it's time for coffee and lunch, and then it's get to work. All right, just going to grab a coffee for my worker. I'm actually not grabbing one. I've already got a nice coffee sitting in my esky, but I will grab one for the photographer. Come back, have some lunch, take a break. And then I'm getting into that stuff that needs to be done. It's going to be done today, unless he rocks up with more stuff. But that's the plan. That's what we're going to do. I'm calling it out. Anyway, hope you're having a good day. Let's go get this coffee. Alright folks, we've been through all the stuff. A lot of it's just low end. Not necessarily bad, it's just not worth my time or the guys' time. So we've got a few army jackets here, which they should be alright. We've got the PlayStation, obviously the box is a bit beat. There is some Lego there. I've already listed the other Lego. There is some dolls, which we'll bundle up. We've got this big doll, which, look, it's a pedigree from England, London. It's probably 60s or maybe 50s. Based on what I can find, but it's not worth crazy. We'll list it up to see what we can get. There's another doll carrier case thing there. We did get some Lego Dimensions down there. I do have this Sony case, which I'm going to try and sell as well. And then other than that, that's kind of it. So I'm going to start on those today. Alright team, got some good news. Carla's finished work early today, so I'm picking her up at about just after 4 o'clock, so I'm going to leave here shortly actually, which is cool. Basically finished all this, so we've done a whole bunch of stuff here. I've put it away, photoed it, so that's getting done. So the only thing left to do is these two things. That's just going to take a little bit longer. I've got to send that for washing. That I've got to test, and that's it. This is all going to go back to him. Which is really, we're good. We've made some good progress. Now for me, we're actually, it's, yeah, we're pretty much finished up in here. So my photographer's just left. They've finished for the day. They did 70, I did 20, so we did 90. They will come here on Wednesday and finish all this. And then we'll get all the stuff back Thursday, which will mean we've got plenty of stuff to go forward. That's all stuff for a customer coming. One thing that I will need to be doing tomorrow is I'm continuing to sort through clothing. We're up to the point where I'm back to just getting lots ready for washing. So I do apologize for the lighting. We've started on this. That needs to be all processed in terms of buttons and quality checks. And then I need to make up a new washing bag that will go out on Thursday, 10 bags. And then I'm probably going to have to start sorting the international stuff this week just to get it enough, you know, everything processed. And then then everything in here is basically processed. Actually, the only thing that needs to be done is just to be sent out. So it is a bit chockers in here. I know this triggers a few people, but it's the reality of how I'm operating at the moment. This has to go back to, you know, the customer that I'm doing consignment for. I do have some bags of shoes that I need to do, so I might be able to do that tomorrow. We're in a good position. I'm going to start to pack up, folks, and then I'm getting out of here. Love it. Finishing early today. Woo! Me again. The other thing that I actually realized that I can start to continue to finish up for this week, because tomorrow I'm going to have basically a full day to just get through a whole bunch of stuff. Still have all these Macs. Totally forgot about those. And I've still got a whole bunch of iPads under here as well. And then there's just a mixture of stuff in there. Nothing crazy. And I still have quite a lot of books and stuff in here. This stuff's been sitting here for a while. I'm going to start to liquidate this. Not crazy. Some stuff I'm happy to sit on a bit longer, but I'm going to just start to heavily move that. The reason why is, and I've also got there is some people interested in all this stuff that's wholesale, but I'm just starting to make space for the stuff that's coming in, because I will start to double down more on clothing. I'm not getting out of books, I'm not getting out of media, I'm not getting out of non-clothing. I'm just doing it from a timing perspective, just to give me a little bit more headspace of freedom. And then I'll just revamp up again. There is an opportunity for me to get more shoes, new shoes. So I really want to start to just push into a few different things here. Trying to work on some consistent sourcing, opposed to me just picking and whatever. This stuff in here is basically books. There is a little bit of pop culture stuff, and then there's a few media things. So I really just need to liquidate that stuff. I'm not too fussed by it, to be honest. It owes me nothing because I've already made my money on it. I've actually still got a whole bunch of, I got this from Old Man Collects. I've still got all those trading cards that I need to do. I just haven't got to them yet. So that's something else I could possibly do. It's good. I'm in a good position for tomorrow now. Anyway, I need to start packing up, and well, we'll be back here doing it all again. Let's pack all this up. That's it. It's home time. Monday done. See you tomorrow, folks. Folks, and just like that, it was Tuesday. Here we are already. Ah, man, the days are just flying by. Whew, what is happening today? Look, it's today's actually going to be, I know I say this all the time, it just seems to be the way it is. Today will be a little bit different, probably for you more than me. Well, actually it will be for me as well. So we're actually in a unique position right now where I actually, because we're in limbo between the washing coming back, I don't have an excess, I have an excess of stock, but I don't have an excess of stock ready to photo, which was probably a little bit of bad planning on myself, just because I thought we were going to have probably a couple of days worth, but it looks like we've only got 1 day's worth. So that puts me in a unique situation where I don't have to do photos today, because we do have I've got a draft bank of about 90 plus 150 in my backlog with my lister, so that's fine. But what I can do today is I can spend my time on a few other things that I need to do. One being, I need to sort through that international order, but secondly, I actually need to spend some time on Pro List Assist, which is my listing service that I have with my business partner John, and just build out a few things on that, just to make it a little bit more so we're on top of things. At the moment it's very manual heavy, which is fine, because we're trying to run it lean, but there's some things that we can do better. So I'm gonna leverage that extra time that I have today to do a little bit of work on that. I also need to do a bit of admin stuff as well, just a few personal things. But the first thing I'm gonna do when I get in is we're gonna finish up our listings. I've got 20 left to do, and we only got about 12 packages at the moment to send, so I probably won't do that till after lunch, just because by that time there's probably going to be some more packages anyway. So yeah, unless something changes and I have another consignment drop off today and things like that, really just going to be focusing on doing the admin, Pro List Assist, and then sorting more clothing. Who knows what will happen though, things change all the time. So just been at Macca's at 7 AM, dropped Carla off at the train, and I'll be here till basically I've got to pick her up. So big day. Long day more so, and yeah, it's all part of it. Yesterday we did actually all right. Ended up doing another $1,000 day. Those have become a lot more consistent in the last 3 months. And there's actually a graph that I want to show you guys. I've been tracking my 90-day totals in periods. So for instance, my first 90 days when I started, the second 90 day when I started, the third 90 day when I started, kind of thing. And it gives you a really good perspective of the growth model that happens in 90 days. 90 days is essentially 12 weeks, 13 weeks, and you can do some amazing things in 90 days. And I'll show you what that looks like. You can see it up on screen. But I might talk through it a little bit more once I'm in the shop, when it's in front of me as well. So anyway, let's get to the shop and let's have a wonderful day. All right, so here's the graph again, and look, I'll chuck it up on screen so I don't have to hold this up. But this is essentially the growth that I've seen over the last, over the last, well, 15 cycles, I guess. Let me just chuck you down here. Hopefully that doesn't stuff up the screen. Oh, that's not gonna work. All right, that was a lot harder than I expected. I need to get a little stand there. Anyway, so this sheet essentially tells, well, let's start again. This graph essentially tells me the last 15 cycles of 90 days. And, you know, I started this back in 2021. It was the 11th of January. That's when I started going into it with this intent. And basically, I've tracked this on a 12-week basis. So every 12 weeks is 90 days, and it shows me what I've been able to achieve. Now, you can see in this graph, obviously in the last one, I'm not showing because we've only just started a new cycle of 90 days, but the growth here has been incredible. If we speak purely revenue, the reason why I speak revenue is because that's top line metric. You know, we have averaged per quarter or per 90 days, we've averaged a 20% growth structure, which is incredible. And the highest that I ever did was 51%, where I went from 49,500 to 75,000 in 90 days. Like, that's huge, that increase. So I just wanted to share that this is what the journey looks like. You know, the first 90 days is going to be small. It's going to be little. It's not going to be huge volume of sales. It's not going to be necessarily big dollars either. However, as you progress, as you track to what you're able to achieve, you will see what you're able to achieve. Like, this is incredible. So that's why I'm very detailed in the data that I track, because I know that it's going to help me understand what's going on, what I need to do, is it working, is it not, and it just gives me some reassurance as well. So I wanted to play that back with you all, because it's something that I think, if you're not reflecting on your business or your growth, this applies to anything in life, then you need to start doing it, because it helps give you the narrative of, even if you're having a bad day, week, or month, it really ain't too bad, right? And there's a few dips in this, right? There's some 90 periods where we went back down and then we went back up, and that's okay, as long as you know that the trend is there and it's in the right direction. So I'm very happy with this. Wanted to share it. I'm going to start doing some work. What I'm doing right now is I've got to do a couple of return processing, just check some comms from some different customers, do all that, then I'll get onto the listings, and then I'll take you around and show you what I'm doing next. Oh, it's a bit dark. The sensor light isn't working anymore. Jeepers, there we go. All right, so I finished all my listings. I sent 42 live. Been chatting to a few people as well. So now I'm just going to just stretch the legs just for a bit. Just been sitting too long. And I need to send a couple of invoices. I need to do some follow-up admin, just small little things. It's like I've got a list of to-dos that I need to do. I've got some questions that I got to answer for you guys. I need to update some stock costs. Obviously, there's a little bit of backpack stuff that I need to do. Done the listings. I'll get to the list assist stuff shortly. I need to pay some invoices. So just a whole bunch of little admin stuff I'm going to focus on, just to break up the day a little bit. But the other thing we'll be getting into, I know there's so many of you keen, is I'll be getting into some more stuff in here, in these boxes. So just got to wait a little bit longer. Jeepers, I can feel the pressure. Oh, also, we got a whole bunch of bubble wrap. I got it on a bit. I had a deal, had an eBay voucher, so I stocked up. All right, let's keep working. All right, admin done. I need to take a break from sitting. It's just getting too ridiculous, and my hands are freezing. It's actually really cold today. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do a little bit of shuffling in here, just to get ready. One thing that I have to do between now and Thursday is also prep for the next washing that goes out. So I'm going to do a little bit of that, because I'm sending some of this over here. This is some more shirts. We won't be sending, well, I have been thinking about sending some of these, because they probably will sell anyway, just to get them out of the way, but I haven't really made that decision yet. We have started to work through this. This is the stuff that I got international. This is just, you know, I have showed this already. I showed it last week. These are just twill shirts, Wrangler shirts, Western stuff. There is a little bit of denim in here as well. There was a bit of Levi's, and I think a little bit of Lee as well. So that needs to continue to happen. And then I need to do the space for the big boxes. Yep, and I'll probably do postage just after lunch. It's been pretty quiet this morning. Oh, it's cold. It is cold. Anyway, let's get into it. There we go. 10 bags full. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, making sure I can count. Oh, there's a mozzie. Jeepers. So intense. Alright, so that's done. So I actually was able to get into some of these bags, which is great. So these bags are the ones that Carla and I did. We basically had 400 shirts that came through from the bales, and we basically just prepped them all into color codes so that literally I could just do this hand pick. And I've picked out, it was Levi, Adventure Mix, and Denim. I haven't hit the denim. The denim's down the bottom. That will probably be next round. And I also did a whole bunch of Ralph Lauren and Wrangler and Tommy. And then what's left is Tommy, the sports adventure mix plus there's denim in there. And then I've got a lot of Nordica and Wrangler mix in here. About 137 pieces in that one. And then that's done. And then I've still got another big shirt one over there and here as well. Yeah, so I'm going to reshuffle this a little bit just to make a bit more space. That will be the next thing that goes out. Might bring that out under to here, and then I can use this space to continue to sort the rest of the stuff. The reason why I'm not like putting this or this in with that is because they're very similar shirts, and I like to be able to know. So for instance, this is across two, actually it's across one purchase, so I know what that comes back into, what SKU, what cost of good it ties back to. Whereas these, I know what cost of good they tie back to, etc, etc. If that makes sense, like that's the process I think about. Yeah, anyway, these will probably start to happen early November, in time for summer. And we'll just mass do those as well. These are all just knitted sweats. I'm basically not rushing to get these done because they are expensive to get washed. And then basically what we got left, I do have a whole bunch of overalls, like denim overalls, work overalls. This is like Carhartt, Dickies. If you're kind of into that thing, like that kind of stuff, they're not washed, but they have been sorted. Let me know, because I might flog them off. They're a bit difficult for us to photo here and store. So if that's your kind of jam, overalls, hit me up. More than happy to do a deal on you. Do it cheap. When I say cheap, I mean relatively. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna just quickly shuffle this around. I need to get this back to the guy. He hasn't come in for a bit, so. All right, folks, just been doing some more admin stuff just for List Assist. We're actually working on our tech stack at the moment, so just, doing a lot of research, workflows, that kind of stuff. It's yeah, it's a bit different to obviously doing this kind of thing. I'm just actually doing a pick, pack and post. I've just had a whole bunch of sales come through, so I'm just getting started on it because I don't want it to creep up on me. So we've got a total of only 13 orders going out. However, some of those have only come this morning, which is really good. So, and we're sitting on 72,435. A couple of cool things going out today. We've got this phone. Like, it's one of my original first consignments that I did with my electronics. It's finally sold. It didn't sell for much, but I mean, it ain't much, but it's honest work. It's gone for $32.45. We've got the Alien VHS going out for $41.20, which makes sense. We have a lot of Alien hype at the moment. We do have a Red Dead Redemption poster going out. It's funny, I was chatting to someone about this yesterday. Hadn't sold any, and then it sold that night. I've got 6 of these, so they'll go on a poster thing, PlayStation, and I've even got a G.I. Joe going out overseas. In terms of clothing, we did have this Quicksilver. I listed this morning, and it sold instantly, so clearly have undersold it in terms of undervalued it. I paid, I think, $1.50 for this, so this is through one of my weekly sources, so happy with that. It's gone for like $31 or something. There's some shorts. We've got some Patagonia in here as well. Yeah, there's the Patagonia. So yeah, I'm going to start packing on this, and it'll be lunchtime, and then we'll continue on with some work. Postage is done. Still yet to decide if I'm going to be getting it picked up or if I'm going to be dropping it off later. But I'm going to have some lunch now. I'm actually just chatting with a few folks. It's a pretty cruisy day today, but I like these days because I am just knocking off little to-do lists, things that I got to do. Had to pay some bills for so for those that don't know, I have my podcast edited by someone else. I was just paying for that, like just getting ahead on things because I don't get many days where I get to do this. So just making the most of it. But really my key priority today is we're going to get into some of those clothing a bit later, but just working through some solution solving for the Pro List Assist business, because I haven't had the time to do it. When I do it in the evening, I'm just tired. So it's good to be able to get on top of it today. But I'm going to have some lunch. I've got some salmon, avocado, and goat cheese. And yeah, we'll get cracking. Postage is gone. They picked it up just before. I've just had lunch. Just got myself a cheeky little coffee as well. St. Ellie coffee, iced coffee is probably my favorite coffee. And oh, it's a bit wet. And now we're going to do a little bit of sorting in here, and then we will get on to I'll get back to doing some more work on Pro List Assist. So what I did in here is I shuffled things back there. We've got a bit of space up here now. I can't remember if I showed you this before, but I'm actually going to open up all these boxes. I'm going to open up each box, and I need to do a head count, make sure the quantity's there, make sure I'm happy. And that's probably it. Now, I can't remember if I mentioned it last time, but in there should be about, I think it's 300 Ralph Lauren. That's what we're going for. All right, this is what one box looks like. All very well prepped, actually. Very good condition. Some of these don't even look like, they don't even smell. Actually, they're really good. Jeepers. They look like they've already been washed almost. I don't think they have, but that's jeepers. It's really good. Anyway, it's a nice little start there. Anyway, I'm going to start to look through this, and then I'll give you a bit of an overview of what I found and what's what. Box one is done, and there's 50 in there, which is what it was meant to be. I think that's right. Where did it? It's on my phone. Yeah, so there's meant to be 50 per box, so there's 50 there. A couple of cool items. This one just cool because it is. Just little yachts on it. Nice little corduroy piece as well. And then the other one, which is something definitely to be looking out for, is the big shirt. The big shirt usually does really, really well for me. And it's even better because it's got the nice little crest on it too. So 50 pieces here, some really interesting stuff. That's box number one of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere around there. Anyway, I gotta do all the checks and balances, but that's what we're doing. So far I'm very happy. Quality is up there. A couple will need some really good cleaning, like just because they're quite wrinkled, as you can see here. Some of them looks like they've come straight from a shop or something, but yeah, I'm very happy. So far so good. Box one. All right, another 50 done, and this is probably my favorite one out of that 50. This is it's basically just a color block, multiple colors across it. I've sold one like this before, but for a Tommy, it went for about probably 75. The key thing is you want to make sure it's got the pony, but also make sure it's got the crest if it's a Tommy. Absolutely beautiful shirt. Very happy with this. Very happy indeed. So we're going to start on the next box. I've already made one big box of blues, just because I need the space, but we're on 100 so far. 100. Average sale price for these, for me, it depends on if they've got like a Bengal stripe or whatever like this, and they're thick, they usually go for about $55. If they're just a standard business shirt, probably similar to, actually if they're like this, your standard vintage basic with the coloured pony, they will also go around that mark. And then the others probably start to fin out to 40 to 46. So I'm going to say about 46. Should be about $16,000 here in revenue. Of course, that's not profit. So we'll see. We'll see. Very excited, very happy with this so far. Very, very happy. And another 50 done. I want to show you guys this one. This is definitely one to be looking out for if you can find one like this. This one usually always sells probably $30 higher. I forget the name of it. I've only sold 2 or 3 of them maybe, but this one always seems to do very, very well with the blue and red stripe. So FYI. All right, we've still got a couple more. 1, 2, 3 more boxes. 3 more boxes. Let's do it. Oh, all right, another 50 done. I'm counting so many things in my head. This is beautiful. I just love it. Look at this. There'll be some more here in a minute. I love my job. I love it. It's so good. Let's continue on. This is just incredible. All right, so we've got one more box here. One I want to shout out this time is a Caldwell. And these are usually silk and linen, and they do really well as well. One more box and then we're done. So the question is, what does 300 pieces of Ralph Lauren look like? Well, I'm not gonna lie, that's not all of it. There's still a box down there because I couldn't fit all the blues on there, but this is what I've just unboxed. Just incredible. Just incredible. In that last batch, there's even one here with tags, like just some just incredible things here. Very happy with this. There's probably about, what's 10%, 30? It's probably less than, it's probably 5% that I'm just not super happy with. I mean, it's not bad, but just a few blemishes where these are all meant to be A grade. So there's a level of stuff here where it probably would fall into my level of B grade, but I think it's okay. It's probably 15 out of 300. It's not too bad. I'll still be able to sell them. But you know, sometimes it's really frustrating when you pull out something beautiful and then there's this big stain on the side, and it shouldn't have been there. But I think I've missed it in the hand pick, obviously, because I'm seeing the front, and sometimes these things are on the side of the arms. And unless you're flipping them around the right way, it can be hard to see. So you're probably asking or thinking, what now? Where do we go from here? Well, essentially I've got to button them all. I will have to do proper spot check. I've done a high enough triage to be able to go back to them and say, yep, I was happy with the order. But yeah, now it's button them all and get them out for washing. I'll probably prioritize these for next week. The reason why is because we're coming into spring, and this is absolutely crucial for spring. I mean, look at the colors, spring and summer, horse racing coming up. This is super important. So I do love this backdrop. Like, I should start doing my videos in front of this. It just looks so cool. Like, it's just big day. Love it. Like, I mean, I just can't get over it. To think how far we've come in the last year and a half, it just blows my mind. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did pay up for it, so. All right, let's get this packed up. All right, there was a question that came through from Richard. I'll just chuck it up on screen. Bit of banter about the chickens. He was actually saying he used to see our chickens on a regular basis, but unfortunately they passed last year. But that aside, he actually said, on a more serious note, you seem to have an amazing number of multiple orders from people. How do you think you accomplish that? So there's a number of different factors here, and if I bring up, I mean, I'll bring up and show you the actual number when I do the video edit of this. But if I actually look at my sales in terms of repeat customers, I think that's key number one, is you want to have repeat customers, because they'll, rather than coming back and buying 3 times, they're going to come back and potentially buy once and get 3 items at once. So for this year, for 2024, for the last 281 days, my repeat buyers are 48.9%, which is 344 of my total buyers of 3,111. So I think that's a huge factor to take into account of it. In actual numbers, when I actually look it up, the amount of people that are actually buying multi-quantity, it's only, jeepers, I don't even think that's, yeah, okay. It's not as high as I thought. It's about a 1.3 factor of actually orders per, 1.3 items per order. Now, if I've done, jeepers, this year alone, since January, I've only done 4,477 orders. So really, there's not a huge amount of people actually doing it. So it is a smaller factor than the repeat customers altogether. That aside, how I believe I've increased it is by offering multiple discounts for multiple items that you purchase. So my flat rate is, I price bucket things. Let's say something's $45. I then put the option that if you buy any clothing, if you buy 2 items, I'll give you 15% off. Just go straight through checkout. It'll automatically apply it with combined postage. And then also there's some additional ones, if you buy 5, if you buy, more than 5, if you buy 3, etc., etc. And that's the way I do it. Other times I have people that come through and say, hey, look, I want to buy a whole bunch of different items. Can I purchase multiple items? And I usually tell them about that discount option. Sometimes they'll then haggle with me, which is fair game. And the other way I do it is when I'm running a sale. If I'm running a markdown sale, then, the same thing. People will come through. And I think the reason why they do it is because they'll buy one expensive item and then buy a lot of cheaper items, and it helps bring down the average cost for themselves. So that's usually the way I think it is. So it's that consistency of, obviously being on eBay and having more and more regular customers coming back because they know what I do, and then offering the opportunity for them to buy multiple items with a discount. It gives them a no-brainer, especially kind of like if you know that if you're going to buy 2, you get 15% off, but if you buy 1 more, you'll get 25% off. A lot of people haven't figured that out yet, like my customers, and it's very frustrating because I don't think eBay does a good enough job in helping people see that. I think on your desktop you can see it really well, but if you're looking on your mobile, I don't believe it is as clear. That's my thoughts. Really great question. Thanks for asking. All right, I'm still here. I'm actually just doing, you probably can't see it on my screen, but I'm just doing a whole bunch of work here on my, on the laptop, just really breaking down some really key points of what I need to improve, or not what we need to improve it, but more so the current state versus where I want the listing service to be. And some of this is going to take a little bit of baby steps, but one of the key things that I've always envisioned for this business is to follow the book called The E-Myth Revisited, is building processes and building workflows and however you want to call it, so that anyone else can, come and do that. In the world of reselling, that is easy, but also very hard, because if you're doing just clothing, you can be very particular with it, but then it starts to get very broad as we broaden into so many different varieties and different versions of clothing. When it comes to a service-based business, it starts to change because it is everyone does the same process, follows the same steps. It's more around the information that goes into those steps around, okay, well, I know I have to do this, 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 and this. Here's the information that I have to fill out this, 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 and this. Therefore, you can only ever have it perfect in terms of doing the steps that are required to be done, based on the information that's been provided to you. So if you don't have information, if you haven't had information provided to you to fill out that section, well, you can't fill it out. Therefore, it's either something that's skipped, or it's not relevant, or it's a blocker. If you've got information, that's all you can fill out. And this is just one example, but it enables you to ensure that anyone doing it, whether it's 10 different people, they're all following the same steps. And it's just about the information that comes through. And it's also making sure that the information that's captured for you to be able to complete your service is, being provided and signed off by a customer or client. So yeah, just really working through that. The other thing I've been working on, so that's workflows and I guess you call it, policies or whatever. The other thing I'm working on is the tech stack of, what is required in order to be able to do the things that I want to be able to do functionally and technically as well. I haven't really sat down and done a lot of work on this. I've just been kind of, running pretty wild in this business. It's 4 o'clock now. Carla's just about to catch a train. Actually, I think she's about to catch a train. So I'll be picking her up in about an hour's time or so, which means not here much longer. I caught up with my mate Ken the other day, and he was telling me I really need to get a warehouse for productivity. Yeah, 100%. I still want to get the warehouse. I'm just not forcing it because we're making this work. And my goal for this FY is to really, really try and make sure I get the bottom line in action before we take the next big leap, because my biggest expense at the moment is my biggest expense taking away from my cash flow at the moment is buying stock. Everything else is kind of managed for. Or reoccurring, so I know what's coming and going. I guess the only other big fluctuating cost is my post. Yeah, anyway, I'm just thinking on the fly here. All right, I need to do some things, and I'll check in before I finish. All right, I'm out of here, folks. I am out of here. I'm gonna go pick Carla up. I'll be back here again tomorrow. Tonight's nacho night. Folks, and just like that, it was Wednesday. The days are just flying. Just woo! All right, what are we doing today? So today I'm actually at Backpack for Vic Kids. I've just dropped Carla off at the train station. Oh, jeepers, that is a bright sun. And I've just grabbed myself a cheeky little coffee at Macca's. And jeepers, we're heading over to the storage unit. So it's 7 a.m. I'm gonna head over there. I'll focus on doing getting the rest of my listings up. I've done 14. So I'll finish those. I've got to do a little bit of admin, send some emails, whatever. Actually forgot to mention yesterday I had a wholesale order paid for, so not me purchasing, someone purchased off me. So that was actually pretty good, because yesterday was dead on eBay. Like I think I did $300. Now I know for some of you that might sound like, well, that's a lot, but average at the moment is around 880. So to do 300, it's like, what is going on? So yeah, we'll go to the shop now. We'll do some listings. I've got to do a little bit of admin. Photographer's coming in about 9:30. I'll hopefully finish up all the rest of the clothing. Then we have washing coming back tomorrow. I'll be coming back to the shop today after Backpack with Big Kids, so around 12:30, and my focus will purely be probably just, well, I'll do a pick, pack and post, but other than that, we'll basically just be prepping for the next washing and getting ahead with all the clothing. There's a few things in motion at the moment. So I've got a couple of new sourcing lots coming, and I've been trying out a lot of different sourcing options, not because I have any issues with my current. It's actually more so to just ensure that I'm enabling growth and filling gaps. So, you know, usually when we thrift, we pick up a lot of stuff that I don't usually get from my wholesale lots. So I'm trying to continuously fill that gap and need of diversity, whether it's just other types of clothing and categories, diversity of women's and things like that, to ensure that I've got a broad range. And I'm testing a few of these over the next, 90 days, because it's going to give me enough data to then be able to figure out what will be my game plan going into 2025. And the way I operate is, when I move into a calendar year, the first 6 months, which is the last 6 months of the current financial year, so the first 6 months of 2025 is the last 6 months of FY25, that's my chance to experiment, challenge, you know, figure a few things out, and just, you know, do what I need to do. And that way, it means the second half of the calendar year and the first half of the new financial year usually will thrive a bit better, because I've done all the planning to make that happen. And that's how I've kind of been operating over the last year and a half, and it's working. So that's what's just happening on the back of my mind. And coming back to the original question at the start of this video, what is the one thing that's keeping you up at night? Or what are the things that's keeping you up at night? And you know, this is one of them, just to ensure to fix the bottom line of the business. All right, team, I will see you in a jiffy. All right, we're in here now. I was just doing a video for a recent little thrift pickup that I got that will come out on, actually, it would have already come out on Saturday. I'm going to do my listings now, and then I'll check in afterwards and do a little bit of admin, and then, yeah, we'll be getting out of here. And then we'll be back. And I think I've got the guy coming to pick up all the stuff that I sorted the consignment, and I believe there's a few more opportunities. Anyway, talk soon. Oh, jeepers, it's dark. All right, listings are all done. It's just hit 9 o'clock now. done some admin. I still have to do a fair bit of admin when I come back a bit later. Got to pay my Amex and stuff. It's just that time of the month. I actually just got a sale on the Pokemon fund as well. It's not much. It's like, I think it's gone for like $5 or something, but hey, it's been a while. I'm going to head over to Backpacks and I'll be back here in a few hours. Ciao. All right, Backpacks is done. Heading off back to the unit now. Now, if you've been playing along for the last 16, 17 weeks, we've actually been raising money for Backpacks. We have now finished that campaign. As of today, I believe we're on 10,300. I am actually waiting for one figure to come through because it was a bank transfer to Backpacks and it didn't go through the system. So I don't actually know what the number amount is. So I'm waiting to hear what that is. But it looks like we've landed on about $10,500. So I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that did help raise those dollary dues, because it has now gone to help, you know, change the lives of these kids and provide the essentials that basically they require when they go into out-of-home care for the first 24 to 48 hours. So a big thank you to you all. Thank you so much. There'll be a bit more on this a little bit later to come as well. All right, so I'm going to head on over to the some guy walking around in the bushes. Head on over to the unit. Going to have some lunch. Start doing a pick, pack, and post, and then I've got a customer coming. We'll be doing some of the consignment stuff. Looks like there's a new opportunity there, and yeah, well, we'll go from that. So I'll see you in a jiffy. All right, folks, just doing a pick, pack, and post. We're on 72,277. We've got a total of 9 orders going out. A few interesting things, a few multi-quantity orders, nothing crazy. There's a pair of jeans, nudie jeans there. Got a pair of shoes. Got some bikinis and phones and a little PlayStation Slim too. Yeah, it's been very quiet, very oddly quiet. I did have another sale just come through now, but haven't paid yet, so hopefully they do and they can get it out today as well. So I'm going to pack all this up and then get ready for a few other things that I'll be doing today. Alright folks, never a dull day. So did move out all this. The fellow I'm working with has moved it out now, which is great. Made all this space back, and then ironically dropped off more. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff here to go through. That's for Thomas, a whole bunch of toys in there. This is Barbie's. Some pretty cool stuff, some old vintage belts, Street Sharks in here and stuff. So yeah, fair bit to do, and just been doing a bit of a stock take on supplies that I've got in terms of packaging, and just pulled it all out and switch things around. So basically I'm gonna have to do another big order very soon. I could almost nearly hold out to the end of the year, but I think next time I get a little bit of cash up, I will splurge and stock up on some stuff, because that's all our boxes basically. And then satchels, we've only really, well, I've been doing a bit of a little tracker here. We've only got about 200 smalls, 200 mediums in padded. We've got lots of satchels, but I don't send everything in satchels. I'm gonna have to double down on that a little bit just to save. Anyway, so I sorted a whole bunch of different Thomas stuff. This is some vintage 1989 Transformers, and I was looking at some of the comps on this, and this is not the full set, but the full set went for $1,000. We've got some doubles, and there could be $600 to $1,000 here just from some of the other stuff that I'm finding, and that's just in here. Jeepers. Of course, it's not $1,000 until it's sold. Anyway, lots of fun. Here's some more cool stuff. Lots of goodies. Jeepers. All right, it's been a little bit. I finished sorting through this at high enough levels to just understand what I'm going to be focusing on next. I've got a nice little rack of toys here and here, which will be going to be taking up some of my time probably later tomorrow and Friday. Also got the Barbies, And we've got these little buckles as well, which should do pretty good. Some train stuff. I am taking some train stuff and car stuff to John the reseller tomorrow because I like to help him out. There's not much in there, but he can sort through it. That stuff's got to go back. Alright, so I'll just give you guys a quick little update what's been happening. Finished all the jackers now. We have finished everything in here. There's a bit of R. Williams stuff we still got to do. Got to do that. That's consignment stuff. And then, yeah, so washing arrives tomorrow. My focus tomorrow will be... Oh, actually, I've got a flat lay on that. My focus tomorrow will be getting here early, clothing comes, washing, probably flat lay it. Then I've got to head over to consignment pickup, seeing John, come back here, and then probably sort all the consignment stuff. So realistically, I don't know if I'm going to even get to this tomorrow. This is probably going to happen on Friday, which is fine. Yeah. I'm going to start packing up. Got to put all this away in here. Because Carla's on her way home. So I'm actually pretty tired. Just lots of processing of stuff today. Alright, let's pack up. I realized I forgot to say bye, so bye, we'll see you tomorrow. And just like that, it was Thursday. I tell you, I keep forgetting which day is what at the moment. Everything's a bit of a blur, but all for good reasons, just because we're hustling at the moment. So just dropped Carla off at the station. I've got myself a cheeky little coffee. Almost thought I won something there for a moment, but it was a duplicate ticket for the Macca's Monopoly. Anyway, so today we've got actually a pretty big day today. So it's just me. It's 7 o'clock. I'm going into the shop now. I've already done my 40 listings this morning. I was up a little bit earlier. I got up at 4:45. Smashed all those out. It was a bit easier because they were all of the same thing, like all shorts. Made it a lot easier to do, and done all that. So now when I get in, I've got 20 orders. So I'm going to start a pick, pack, and post, and I'm running a 30% sale on a whole bunch of different stuff. Just to two reasons: move some stock, and secondly is because need some more cash flow just for some expenses coming up in the business over the next 90 days. So pushing into that, and it's been working. So I kicked off must have been about 3 p.m. yesterday, and I had done 12 sales by 8 p.m., 9 p.m, and around $650 worth. So it's going good. It's going very good. So that's that. So I'm going to do a pick, pack, and post. My washing is getting dropped off at around 9:30. Might be just before that. I'll have to flat lay some stuff. Then I have to go pick up a consignment deal, which is about a 30-40 minute drive away. Then I'm on the way back. I'm meeting up with John. He's already out and about, but I'm going to meet him up at a Savers. I don't think I'm going to Savers or whatever, but actually I do need to drop some stuff off. But I've got some stuff for him. He's got something for me. We'll do a bit of an exchange, and then I'll be back to the shop and probably be processing all the consignment stuff that I got. I've got all the toys to go through from yesterday. That's why I want to get the post done this morning. So it's never a dull day. Lots of things happening, and I'm excited. I'm absolutely excited. This week has been incredible in the sense of just making progress in areas where it's not in terms of revenue or profit. It's not in the numbers stuff. It's in actually building relationships, in sourcing, in just processing new stock. I've got a stock delivery coming today. It's not coming to the shop, it will come to home. So that will be something we go through tomorrow. That's a new one I'm testing out. And I said, I'm testing all these things out because I'm trying to build into 2025 with a new game plan. And, I need to be able to test some of the metrics on that before I can actually, see that it's going to be valid or valuable, or viable also. Valid, valuable, and viable for my business. So yeah, lots going on. I'm a happy man. Got lots of goodies today as well. So let's get it. I'll see you in the shop in a minute. All right, we're here. The first order of business is we are going to put all the clothes on the trolleys so that when the washing lady gets here, it's all good to go. Second order of business is then we'll start on to pick, pack, and post. Laptop's charging. It's got a bit of a battery issue. Another thing that I have to do is I forgot about this, is all of these, I do apologise, I haven't got the light on. All of these jackets I've got to build a new coat hanger for, which I do have one more. I'll see if I can fit them on there first before I make it. So let's get all this out. I'm so excited to get these going because then next week we're going to be moving on to the Ralph Lauren. Beautiful shirts. I do love my job. I really do. And this is what I thrive off when there's, you know, it's not like the stuff ahead of me is scary. It's just that there's a big mountain to climb, and well, I do enjoy building that growth journey. So, all right, let's do this. You ready? 1, 2, 3, and done. There we go. All right, 10 bags going out. Hopefully they'll be here just after 9 o'clock. Okie dokie, so we're on 72,300. We've got 20 orders to go out. Let's have a sticky back of what we got. Other than clothes, which is lots of sweaters, shorts, jeans, everything. This is the only non-clothing piece that's going out today. I'm very happy. The sale's working. The reason why I'm trying to run the sale is, as I said before, to make more space, get cash flow up, and yeah, that's the main reason why. Of course, to grow. And the great thing is people come and buy usually multiple things when things are a bit cheaper, because yeah, they're there anyway, so why not? All right, let's pack it all up. All right. Oh, this light is so annoying. Postage is all done. This little guy is working out a charm. Really good. So I'm not going to have this picked up until end of day or dropped off, etc., because I might come back and I might have a whole bunch more. Now just waiting for the washing. We'll do a handover, bring it back up. While I'm waiting now, I'm just going to quickly do a quick little shuffle in here because I'm going to have to flat lay and get ready for it to arrive. All cleaned up. They actually managed to fit on my current rack, so I'm very happy with this. And I just got the text message that she'll be here in about 9 minutes. So I'm going to head on down. It's a bit wild and windy down there. Head on down and go pick it all up. All right. Washing has been, well, majority of the shirts have been flat laid. I'm going to pick up the rest of this when I get back. I've got to go do my pickup, so I'm going to pack up, get out of here, and go. All right, folks, picked up all the goods. Now I'm just heading to a Savers where I'm meeting John to do the exchange. I probably will nick in there. I don't know if I'll film anything, but because I might just have a little bit of time to kill. I do need to drop actually off some donations anyway. So I also had a call from one of my customers. They're going to be coming over today to pick up some stuff as well. So it's a busy day. It's a great day. I'm a happy man. Whew! All right, team. Just finished at Savers. It was just a quick one. I met up with John and I also saw Matilda. So it was nice to see you in the flesh, Matilda, if you do watch this. Did a quick little deal with John. He bought a whole bunch of little cars and stuff that we got from the consignment deal that I'm doing, that we got from yesterday. And yeah, I picked up a couple of little items there from Savers. Not much. I think it was $40 for 4 items. So $10 a piece. Got a jersey, some Levi's, and some other stuff there. Anyway, if I remember, I'll take you through that when we get back. Didn't really stay there long. It was literally there for like 15 minutes. Now we're going back to the unit. I'm going to unpack all the stuff that I got in the back. And then I've got a customer coming at 2 p.m. And yeah, it's all happening. It is all happening. It's never a dull day. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's a good day. All right, let's get back to the shop. I've got to have some lunch as well. All right. I've got a customer coming in about an hour. I've got the postage getting picked up in about 40 minutes. So I'm going to have a quick little bite to eat. Here's all the stuff that we've got. That's the customer, but all the stuff. And then we got also all of this as well. I'll take you through it a little bit later. I'm just going to have a quick break, have something to eat, and then we'll get, well, eventually cracking into the rest of the day. Whew. Oh, jeepers, it's been an hour and a half. Customer came, purchased 45 pieces, which is great. So I'm exhausted. It is 3:30 now. Need to finish sorting all this stuff. Haven't done any photos for the day, which is fine because it's all good. Got a whole bunch of stuff here which are some quick wins. That goes to another customer, and then I'm going to probably sort the electronics and finish flat laying all this stuff. It's a good day. It's a good day. Appreciate when things go well. All right, need to take a quick breather, have a drink, and we'll get back to it. All right, this is now all flat laid, and except for the jeans because they don't need to be flat laid. I actually picked this one up today. I picked up this one as well, and we did get some vintage Levi's here as well. Got one more shirt that I've had to put in the wash because it was a bit weird. This is all stuff that's come back. Obviously he's not going to be going on there, but he will go for a photo. We've got some interesting stuff here. Got this Thor jacket, which is pretty cool. This is all the shirts. A few interesting things over here. All that. So my photographer will be in tomorrow, and I've been talking about over the last 2 weeks that I need to kind of find a way to list more, or sorry, not list more, to photo more, and I may be ready to actually hire someone else. If that goes all to plan, that could be pretty quick. And not saying I'm looking, because I think I've already found someone. That's what I mean. I have been thinking about it, but I've got to finalize numbers over the weekend, and hopefully might be able to kick some of that off from next week potentially. So yeah, we're ramping up. I've got a lot going through my head, all good things, just of how to manage that, bringing on someone else into the space. That's all. It's surreal. It really is surreal. Even today, just working with one of my customers, and just talking about and how they've been a customer for me since I only had one shelf of clothing in here. And that it just blows my mind of that journey. And here we are, and now I'm looking at hiring again, and it's really cool because when I think about it, I've got photographer one, I've already got John, my lister, I've got the lady that does all my washing, and then there's myself. So there's like a team of 4 of us, and now I'm looking to bring on that 5th. It's just, well, 5th including myself, so 4th really. I don't know. I mean, this is what I want. I just never hadn't really sat down and thought what this would feel like when I'm at this position. So Carla's just messaged, she's on her way home, so probably about an hour and 15 till I have to pick her up. So what I'm going to do now quickly is I'm going to continue to put all this into quick wins, and my aim tomorrow will be I need to do some photos and get cracking on all that. And we didn't get to all this today, but I think tomorrow priority will be a photo day of all this kind of stuff. Electronics, probably won't get to the phones, that will be next week. Some of this we might be able to do, and then I've obviously got some quick wins here as well, which I think we need to get onto ASAP too. So I'm going to get them into a ready to go pile for tomorrow, and then pack up, and then it'll be time to pick Carla up. All right, team, I've been chasing this little bird for the last 30 minutes. Little rotter. I'm out of here. What a day. It's 5 o'clock. Gonna get Carla up. Be back here tomorrow doing it all again. I'm excited. There's some big changes coming. It's great. Ciao. There we go. It is Friday. Jeepers. All right, big day. Just dropped Carla off at the station at 7:04. Grabbed a cheeky coffee from Macca's. And now we head on over to the unit for another big day. What are we doing today? So I've got to still do 10 more listings. I got 30 done before I left this morning. So probably want to get that done and dusted. I think then I'm going to do photos, just to knock that out of the park. Get into a good groove. I'm not doing clothing. I'm going to focus on the non-clothing stuff because there's a fair bunch there. See if I can just knock out some quick wins, and then it'll be a pick, pack and post. We've got quite a lot. I think there's probably 15, 16 orders to do. It's been pretty good with the with the sale that I'm running, so very grateful for that. And then we also got a new deal that came through that I'm testing. It was delivered yesterday at home. I've got it in the back of the van. I believe it's about 50 pieces. So I'll be opening up that at some stage. Got to test that out, see that I'm happy, see what's in there, sort through it, la-di-da-di-da. And then the other thing I need to do today is I need to also prep my next washing for Monday. So it's a big day, lots happening. Look, I might end up shuffling things up in that order and not, just see how I'm vibing. My photographer is in, I think 12:30, 1 o'clock for the half day. So I'll just try and do as many things, you know, before that as well. And once, yeah, maybe I'll do the postage after lunch. Maybe that's what I'll do. Anyway, I'm just figuring it out as I go. Lots on my mind at the moment, a lot of positive things. It's one of those weeks where, you know, you just see and feel, and one, I'm very grateful, but at the same time I can see some new potential opportunities starting to just open up, and I'm just very grateful for it, and it's encouraging and it motivates me. Yesterday I spoke about, you know, getting my next hire. I think I'm going to do that. I've got to finalize the numbers and then actually send a message to offer the individual to come work, and it might only just be for a short period of time while they've got some free time, and it will probably enable some new opportunity for the business to just grow over the next quarter or so. So I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do, even if it just means we're building a bigger backlog, just to get ahead a little bit, because we have a lot of stock, as you guys have been saying. So that's what's on my mind. I'll see you at the shop. All right, we are here in setup. I'm going to do my listings. I was just checking my latest dashboard, seeing how things are looking. I do have a pretty exciting milestone that I want to share. Look, I mean, it's, again, for those that don't really care about revenue, but for me, it's a big deal because it's been a journey. So as of today, we have hit $500,000 since I started on the 11th of Jan 2021. It took me 579 days to do my first 100. Then it took me another 296 to do another 100. Then it took me 241 to do another 300. Then it took me 137 days to do to my 400, which is 100, another 100. And it's taken me 115 days to do 100,000 to get to 500. And now it's tracking to be 117 days to get to 600K. So that will probably come down once we start to increase a little bit, but what a milestone. $500,000 since starting in revenue. It's just, we're expected to land at 723,000 by the end of this financial year. So I'm very happy. It's a great day. It's a milestone. Every time I hit $100,000, I do reward myself, because hey, it's $100,000 starting from zero. So if people tell you can't do it, they're wrong. It really comes down to, are you willing to do it, and what are you going to do to make it happen? So just a big pat on the back to myself. It's been a lot of hard work, and obviously my team has helped me get there as well. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the next 117 days to get it to 600. It'll be interesting to see when we hit 1 million. I mean, obviously the next milestone is $250,000, which will be nearly by the end of this financial year. I mean, I'm not $250,000, $750,000. And then the milestone will be 1 million, which will be the big one. Yeah, very exciting. All right, I'm going to do some listings. All right, listings are done. I can't wait anymore. We're opening up this bad boy. This is a wholesale lot, testing out. Hopefully this is what I expect it is, and we'll be doing this on a regular basis. As I said, I'm building a bit of a change in model of how I'm going to be doing things for 2025, but I'm testing that for the next 90 days. And hopefully this will fill some of that need. So I'm going to open this up, have a look. Don't think I'm going to unbox it in a, like in a full video. I'll pull it all out, put it here, and then I'll take you through and show you what I've got. Because I just really want to pay attention to this, and I don't really want to be focused on you. I want to be focused on that. But I'll show you this in a second. You ready? 1, 2, 3. There we go. So this is really interesting. There's a lot of stuff in here which I probably am not 100% familiar with, because there's quite a lot of women's stuff in here, which is fine. There's no problem with that. It's for me to learn. So a whole bunch of different stuff. We've got usual stuff in here. We've got, like, you know, Ralph Lauren. There's some country road stuff. There's a few different types of denim as well. We've got some jumpers and fleece. We've got lots of shorts. There's some Ralph Lauren. There's some skirts in here as well, and some Stussy. There's shirts and tops in here. Nike, Ralph Lauren, Super Dry, a few other bits and bobs in that country road. Then we've got jumpers and jackets as well. Again, a good little mix in here. Nice little piece there. And then there was about 5 or 6 pieces of additional inputs, just as, like, on top of the 50 items. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, there's a lot in here which, again, off the cuff, I might not necessarily know, which is, it's a twofold kind of thing. It's kind of like, it's good because you don't know what you don't know, because they're brands that I've never sold myself. But obviously then it's like, well, are they worth, I have no idea until I get into it. But in terms of quality, in terms of, you know, good variety. So we've got, like, you know, heavy tops along with the fleece. Then we've got a good mix of tops, like, you know, shirts and tops and blouses and stuff. Then you got shorts and skirts. Then you got pants and jeans. There's some nice corduroys in here. And then it's a really good mix. So I'm happy with this. Obviously, I'm not going to know the results until I go through it all. Some of it will need a bit of a wash. Some of it's like perfecto. Some of it will just need a little bit of attention. Not because it's like dirty or defect. It's just, you know, just to freshen things up a little bit. All right, in true classic fashion, change of plans. That's all sorted and put into different groups for washing, and some of it's quick wins, etc. I'm actually going to do some clothing. It's just coming on to 9 o'clock now, and I'm going to bang out an hour of clothing or so, just to see what, I just want to get ahead on it. There is some stuff out of that lot that I just got that I may as just do straight away. The reason why I'm doing it is because we actually have so much different stock in here, which are from so many different components, different sources, and I don't want to put that pressure on my photographers. So I'm going to bang through a whole bunch right now to ensure that when they come in, they're focusing on just one type of lot, because they're not necessarily going to have those finer details in the back of their head. So I'm going to do that. I'll just time box it for an hour, and then we'll do some other stuff. Yeah, let's get cracking. All right, I've done a whole bunch of clothing. I'm now starting on non-clothing. I'm going to do this till lunchtime, and then I'll do pick, pack, and post, and then we'll get back into this. I've also got to do, obviously, some washing bags as well, so just being mindful of that. Yeah, so we'll kind of just time box this for the first half. We'll do the pick, pack, and post, and that will be all afternoon. Whole bunch of cool stuff in here. So, all right, it's been a while. Finally finished all the transformers and figures and transformers with no instructions. That stuff's crazy. So I've just finished with that. I just need to charge my phone. I'm gonna have some lunch, take a quick break, and then photographer's gonna be here shortly anyway. I have to take him through all this, and then I'll be working on these afterwards, and then that. Okie dokie team, we're doing a pick, pack, and post. I've already picked everything. We've got a total of 19 orders going out at $858 worth, and we're on 72,223. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Not too bad at all. Actually, current ASP is about $45, so pretty happy with that. And this is even with my 30% sale on for certain things. But funnily enough, not everyone's buying the stuff that's on sale. They're actually just coming in and buying other stuff. So it is helping just get traffic into the store. All right, we've got some shorts going out. We've got a lot of shirts and jeans going out. We've got a little PS going out, some books as well, and we've got these Asics going out too. So happy with that. Let's do it. Oh, all right, team. Been on a phone call, been doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Just been doing a little bit of a adjustment in here. And yes, I know, very fluid, always changing things. But sometimes you have ideas and you just got to make it happen. So I'm not doing any washing on Monday because we ran the math and we probably don't need any more washing on Monday, but we'll need to do it on Thursday. So it gives us a little bit of time, which is why I'm doing some of this stuff in here. So I've moved all my latest consignment stuff into here. And I've just restacked things a little bit. And then what that has enabled is a whole bunch of extra space in here. So we're getting pretty bullish being a Drew right now and stacking things high. I'll probably add another rack in here so we can start to do that. Then we've bought all that. By the time we get to here, a lot of this should be done, because I'm working through that next. Still got that one box there, which I might get to that in a second, but I'm picking up Carla early today, so I'm just being a bit more strategic in what I'm doing. So moved all the hats to here, moved some of the RM Williams and multi-quantity stuff on top of each other, just to gain some space back. And hopefully this will buy us another couple of weeks. Next order of business will then be, when I say next, it's just something that's in the back of my mind. Once we clear out these ones here, I'm putting in some more racking there as well, just to have some excess storage space for some other things. And yeah, I might see if I can turn this little station into a single unit, similar to like the one I've got down there, or I might revamp that one and bring that in there, so that way we've got a bit more space here as well. We're making good progress. We're getting through it. Whatever I need to tell myself, eh? All right, let's keep going. All right, team, I'm out of here. I've got to go do a quick little deal, my usual Friday one. Got to take all this out. This is now all happening. Yeah, it's the end of the week. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'm a bit rushed. Anyway, I'll give you the recap for the week. It's been a pretty good week in terms of just lots of things happening, great opportunities, but I'll take you through all that in a minute. So appreciate you watching if you've made it this far. Let's jump into the recap. Folks, I'm back. So usually I do my, talk about the week, my lessons and all that back at home. But I'm just driving to go drop off and do my deal now. But there's a whole bunch of things on my head, so I figured, why don't I do some of this now, and then on Sunday when I do my normal video, I'll recap on how the week has gone in terms of financials and things like that. Because there's a few things that I want to talk about that have just come to life this week that are fresh on my mind, and it really comes down to the lessons. So, I mean, what a week, right? I mean, this week, it's been a bit of a different kind of week for me because it's been more of a personal growth journey, and that is because I talk about how I want to take the business where I want it to go, and I have all these dreams, aspirations, and just trying to figure things out. Well, this week is one of those weeks where I think I've been able to jot down in my mind and just visualize things a little bit better, and identifying some of the next steps that I need to take to make those things actually come to life. And that for me is, the lesson here is, play back to you, but it's more so for me, is you just got to stick to the course, continue to do the things that are required to take action. And I think I spoke about this last week, but as you do that, things just start to fall into place, and the pieces just start to become clearer and clearer and clearer. And like even this week, we went through the 300 Ralph Lauren items that I got in for my international order, and that was a scary process getting up to that point. But now that I've got it, like, I feel like an absolute boss because it was the right decision. And that's lesson number 2, is your biggest risk is not taking risk. Like for you, your biggest risk is not being willing to learn, not being willing to grow, not being willing to step it up, not being willing to get out of your comfort zone. That is your biggest risk. I'm not saying go take risk for the sake of taking risk, and don't, make sure, you got to make sure you do calculate a risk. But, you know, by not doing it, it's actually worse off, because, you know, if you take a risk and, you know, you step yourself outside of your comfort zone and maybe it doesn't work out, then, you know, worst case, you're going to learn a really good lesson, right? And you're going to be better off for it in the long term. I haven't spoken about one of the biggest mistakes that I've made since starting this journey, because I was embarrassed. I did make a purchase of a whole bunch of stock, which I have not touched. And that was about a year and a half, actually, probably about a year ago, this time last year. I paid $1,000 for it. It worked out to be about $3 a piece, $2 a piece maybe. And I thought it was going to help me level up, because I thought it was going to push me to do something, but it was just a bad buy, because I still haven't done anything with it. It's not even at my storage unit, it's at home actually. I will be able to do something with that in the long run. I just haven't figured out how, but it was definitely a bad buy, impulse buy at the time. And there's nothing wrong with that, because then you know not what to do again, right? And, you know, since then I've probably spent $120,000 with my main supplier. Sorry, not since then, but, you know, while doing all this, I have spent probably that much with my one supplier in terms of stock. And that's okay. Like, that's worked, but this other piece, it didn't work, and you need to be willing to make those mistakes. That's the message right here. So that's that. And then the other lesson, or the final point that I kind of want to reflect on for this week is, you know, I'm trying new things. I've been talking about this model that I'm doing, you know, really working out how 2025 will look. And it comes back to another point that I talk about in my podcast, which is, you know, if you want to level up, if you want to make your next year your best year yet, you can't be working on that in 2025. You have to be working on it now. Like, you know, we're less than 90 days out from the new year. I'm getting myself prepared, set up, and ready for 2025. So when I start 2025, I've got all those things figured out. I don't want to delay that. And last year, obviously, I went away and I wasn't able to kind of do this style, and I did a lot of planning. Well, this is that version of it, of me doing things, you know, taking action, trialing, doing a few things. And the other thing from this week that it's just blowing on my mind, it's all sinking in right now, is that, you know, I'm hiring someone else, and I've got to do all the paperwork, do all that stuff over the weekend. But, you know, I've sent the message to the individual. They've said, yes, good to go. You know, just send me across. And of course, you know, maybe there's a few other things we've got to brush out, but we're doing it. Like, it's happening. And just to think that at the start of the week, that was not even on my radar. And now it is. And, you know, it just shows me and reminds me that you got to trust the journey, you got to keep moving forward, and the things that you want, they will come, but you have to be willing to, again, do the work, take sacrifice, be consistent, continue to show up, continue to adjust, be willing to problem solve, all those great things. And that's all the lessons for this week. Like, it's just like I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, because I'm not here to toot my own horn. I'm giving myself a pat on the back, because it's this moment right now that I need to really soak in, because it's what I've been working towards, and it's a milestone moment, right? We've hit $500,000 revenue. I'm about to hire someone else. I've got a few key pieces that are, you know, just things are just going really, really well. And it's not even about revenue or sales or volume like that. I'm just feeling great about some of the other things in the business. And you need to take a moment to appreciate those moments when you've got them. Because I know things are going to get busier. I'm going to have some new problems. I'm going to have to teach new staff, all that stuff. So they're going to be challenges, but they're all good challenges, and they're all good problems to have. So that's that. I'll leave it there. We're going to jump over to the financials for the week and then for the month, how we're tracking, and we'll go from there. And then I'll wrap up the video. So appreciate you. Let's jump over to the financials. All right, so we're back here. Let's talk through the financials. This week, it's actually been a bit of a lower ASP kind of week, and that's because I've been selling off a fair bit of wholesale items. And when I mean wholesale, it's just old stock that I have to make space for new stock that's coming through. I had a few things sitting around, and also had a few payments come through of that stock. So I'd actually moved that stock a couple of weeks ago, but now I've actually been paid for it. Also was able to have someone come through and purchase a whole bunch of other stuff, one of my best clients and customers. So, you know, that's been really great to just get some extra cash flow this week. In terms of sales, we've done 230 sales. That's not all on eBay. Obviously, some of that, as I said, is some of the wholesale, but we're sitting, at the time of me filming this, it's 9:11 in the morning on Sunday. So you'll hear this the day later. So it'll probably be a little different, but we're sitting on 6,600. We should get to the $7,000 mark at least. And, average cycle time is 130 days because it's just been moving out stock that's pretty much older than 90 days at this point. So very happy with this. Now, in terms of October, we're in a pretty good position, all things considered. We're sitting on around $12,000 in revenue. OPEX isn't too high at this point, like expenses, simply because I haven't had to pay staff yet. I haven't had all my expenses come through. So over the next week, a lot of that's going to pop in, and then we'll really see where we're at. We're currently sitting at a net profit of $4,700. This will probably drop down to about 10% by the time I've paid all those expenses coming in this next week. I've got to pay all my consignments out. I've also got to pay my postage, and I've also got to pay some, you know, wages for people as well. So these numbers are a little bit, you know, too early to tell what's going to happen. We are tracking for a pretty high-end month, maybe $26,000 to $29,000. So I am pushing to see if we can get that up to the $30,000 mark. That would be pretty cool. But that's it. That's the week, folks. It's been just an incredible journey of a week and a nice one to reflect on just how we got here. And it gives me some really great confidence of, you know, what's to come, where I'm going, and some new opportunities. Obviously, you know, now thinking about hiring someone else, I think that's all going to go ahead. Just wow. So it's never a dull day, but I absolutely would not change it for the world. So absolutely love it, and appreciate being here. Again, if you have any questions, thoughts, comments, chuck them down below. Otherwise, you have a wonderful day. Cheers.